There's a brutal truth about women that most men never hear, or they hear it, but they don't dare to face it. And if you don't understand this, you will live your whole life feeling ignored, undervalued, and treated like a backup option. That truth is this: women are not attracted to your effort. They are attracted to the value and presence you naturally create when you don't need them. You can't force attraction, but you can create moments that make her think about you when you're not there. And the thing that hurts men the most is the moment you realize. She rarely thinks about you at all. You text first. Keep the conversation alive. You try to create emotions. You do everything to maintain the connection. But her silence gets longer and longer. You send paragraphs. She replies with one word. You genuinely care, but she responds as if you're a stranger. And the worst part, you keep trying anyway. Why does this happen? Because in the psychology of attraction, presence, scarcity, contrast decide everything. She doesn't think about you not because you're not good enough, but because you're always available. You're too present, too predictable, too easy to reach. And easy is the fastest assassin of attraction. Think about yourself. The more available something is, the less you value it. The friend who shows up whenever you call, you treat that as normal. But the person who appears at the right moment disappears at the right moment. The one you can never fully predict. That's the one who stays in your mind. It's not a game. It's how the human brain works. What's scarce becomes valuable. Women don't intentionally forget about you. They simply react to nature's rule. What's always there stops creating emotional impact. And this is the brutal truth men need to understand. In this video, I'll show you why she doesn't think about you. Why the nicer you are, the more extra you become. And most importantly, how to become the man who lives in her mind, even when you are completely silent, if you've ever experienced this. Comment the word "I understand," so I know you're hearing your own story. Let me tell you something most men never dare to admit. That feeling of her slowly getting colder, drifting away, losing interest. It doesn't happen because you're not good enough. It happens because you gave too much, too soon, too easily. And you know this. You feel it in every message she replies slower to. You feel it every time you open Messenger or iMessage and see she read your text, but didn't he respond? You feel it every time you tell yourself, I shouldn't text her, but you still do. It's the familiar failure that almost every man has lived through. You wake up and grab your phone immediately to see if she replied. You see the typing, bubble, and then it disappears. You send a heartfelt message and get, yeah, or okay. You feel like you're trying to hold on to something she doesn't care to keep. And worse, you feel yourself turning into a man you don't even respect. This is the emotional pain. But the real reason lies much deeper in the psychology of scarcity and emotional contrast. The female brain, like any human brain, doesn't react strongly to repetition. It reacts to change. When you always text first, always give attention, always keep the conversation alive, you unintentionally create a flat emotional line. No peaks, no surprises, no silence that makes her miss who you are. When you pull back your attention, when you know how to be silent at the right moment, when you give her space, that change creates emotion. Her mind begins to ask, why is he quiet? What is he doing right now? Is he losing interest? And from indifferent, she shifts to aware, then to curious, and eventually to concerned. This is basic psychology, humans. Notice absence more than consistent presence. A man who is available 24/7 is easy to overlook, but a man who knows when to show up and when to step back becomes unpredictable, and unpredictability is the foundation of attraction. So what's the solution? How do you stop being overlooked, stop being a backup option, and become the man she actually pays attention to? Step 1. Stop giving away cheap attention. Don't text for validation. Don't text out of fear. Text only when you truly have something meaningful to say. When you stop treating your attention like it's free, she stops treating it like it's worthless. Step 2. Create space for your absence. You don't have to disappear completely, but you must stop forcing things. Let conversations die naturally. Don't revive them with new questions. Don't push your energy onto her. Silence creates the strongest emotional contrast if you know how to use it. Step 3. Build a life that makes you genuinely busy. Silence only works when it comes from motion, not from a man sitting by his phone waiting. When you invest in work, fitness, goals, purpose, you create a type of energy women are extremely sensitive to. The energy of a man going somewhere. Step 4. When you return with calm confidence. It's not excitement, not desperation. A simple, grounded message is enough. When you come back with balanced energy, she feels the shift and she sees you differently. If you apply these steps correctly, you will feel the difference. She'll reply faster. She'll ask more questions. She'll get curious about your day. And most importantly, she respects both your presence and your silence. Because attractive men are not the ones who try the hardest. They're the ones who create the strongest emotional impact through self-control. Once you understand this brutal truth, you'll look back and realize you didn't lose attraction because you weren't good enough. You lost it because you made yourself too cheap. Women are not drawn to desperate effort. They were drawn to men who know their worth. And don't let anyone define it for them.
I remember these core lessons. First, too much presence makes you disappear in her eyes.
Attraction needs contrast, a rhythm of presence and absence. Second, silence at the right moment is stronger than 1,000 words. It forces her to think, question, remember, on her own. Anything that makes someone think of you without your presence is attraction. Third, your value isn't in conversations with her. It's in the life you rebuilding. Women are attracted to men who are moving forward, not waiting around. Fourth, you can't control her emotions, but you can fully control your energy. And the energy of self-control is always stronger than the energy of chasing. When you embody these truths, you want to just change how she sees you. You will change how you see yourself. You become the man with natural magnetism. No begging, no proving, no anxiety. A man women remember, even in silence. A man whose presence carries weight. A man respected before he is desired. If this message hits your experience, comment "I understand" so I know you were ready to change the way you love and live. And if you want to continue becoming the strongest, most confident, and most attractive version of yourself, subscribe. Because the next videos will go even deeper into male psychology, attraction, and real value. Because in the end, women choose the man who knows who he is. I want you to become that man.